the infliction or imposition of a penalty as retribution for an offense. That is the Google definitions for punishment. And this might be a weird way to start off a video, but I have a series I'm planning to do over the course of at least the next couple weeks, if not longer. I have at least 5 subcategories for discipline and punishment, and I feel like this is important for parents. It can apply to teachers, but even though I am a teacher, this is mostly for how to discipline and punish your own children. And this is kind of a weird topic to talk about because people automatically think of the controversial stuff, but this isn't about should you spank or not spank, although I will bring up that in one of my videos. This is more of the difference between punishment and discipline. How do you know when to do it? How often? What kinds? Do I say anything? Do I not? How do I not do it in anger? There's so many things that I want to talk about this. So brace yourselves. I will do at least weekly videos, if not more frequently. I'm not sure exactly how often I will post for this series, but just keep an eye out for it. And if you don't want to miss them, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to do it. That would be the best way to get emails of my videos right in your inbox. This is just the introduction. I'm going to talk a little bit about discipline itself, but we'll get into the nitty-gritty of it over the next several videos. I gave you the definition for punishment, but let me give you the definition for discipline. Merriam-Webster's definition is training that corrects, molds, or perfects the mental faculties or moral character. And believe it or not, whether you're an intentional parent on disciplining or not, your children are getting disciplined in some way, maybe by someone else's parent or by social interactions they see other people having or by things they see on TV. They are getting disciplined. So that's why I am a strong proponent of disciplining your children. I'm not talking about punishment necessarily, because punishment may not always happen with every offense or crime, but discipline should always happen. I think there's a little bit of a difference, but punishment kind of goes along with it. Punishment, I don't really care how or how often you punish, but that should happen also. Children need to see that there are boundaries. They need to see generally what's good and bad, and that's also a big thing too, is people disagree about what's good and bad sometimes, and sometimes things are gray areas. So that's a whole separate entity, but you as the parent believe certain things, and you should be teaching your children that. Don't just send them out into the world to figure everything out. You should do that a little bit, but don't just do that, and don't just tell them what to do without also showing what to do and also letting them explore a little bit and make mistakes a little bit, as long as you are there to pick them up and to direct them and everything. I don't want to see people sending kids, young ones especially, out to make a billion mistakes, but you're not around, you're not there to comfort or guide or give advice or anything. You should still be, around everything, and I'll get into that more over the next few weeks with these videos. I'm looking at my notes here, so forgive me if I'm looking down a lot. I just don't want to miss anything. I want to cover kind of what this whole series is going to look like. So I covered that. The main thing I want to say is you're the adult. Your children need to see you as the example, and they are going to watch you whether you try or not. So you should be, even if it's not regarding discipline and offenses, you should be talking about things you're doing and why all the time. Talk about why you're doing the dishes. Talk about why you have to shower regularly. Talk about why you call certain friends and talk a certain way and dress a certain way, and talk about that. And, don't set expectations for your kids that you're blowing way out of proportion or not following yourself. Obviously, as the adult, you have certain freedoms. Children don't, but that's only so much. You should be walking the walk just as much as you talk the talk. You can't really have one or the other. That's about all I want to say for this. Keep in mind everything that I go over the next few weeks. It is not about how to handle discipline in the classroom. Not all of it, anyway. There's certain things you cannot apply in the classroom as a teacher, and this is not about how to discipline other kids unless you have an open discussion with the parent of that child, obviously, but this is about you disciplining your children. I am not a biological parent yet, but I've had plenty of personal and professional experience around caring for children, so I've learned a lot. And I will share what I have found, and I will share what I think works best. And if you disagree, please share it. I don't care about people disagreeing with me. I really have zero cares about all that. I welcome it. I feel like we'd be dishonest if we all agreed about everything all the time. So bring to me your questions or why something else might work better for you, because every family is different. And you're going to offer things that I can't, so I'm just sharing what I have seen. So I look forward to this series. I hope you do too, and I hope it's helpful. And if you have specific questions about discipline or punishment, send them to me so I make sure to address them in the future videos. So comment or message me any way you know how, and I will find a way to answer it for you. Talk to you next time.